Welcome back to Man2Man, a show that focuses on men's issues like drugs, alcohol, and addiction disorder. On our studio today, we still have Mr. Reese. Mr. Reese, in your world of comedy, man, do you get a lot of comedians that normally drinks at work? How do you guys go through that, or how do you handle it?
So it's the normal mix.
Yeah.
There's some guys who do drink quite a bit, and they drink at the gigs. And most of them I know don't make the mistake of drinking before going up on stage. Many of them will say, well, you know, I do like to drink, and maybe I'll drink afterwards, but I'm not going on stage like that because they don't perform as well. And they know it, and they care about the craft. And of course, there are many people who, you know, also smoke. They'll smoke weed and tobacco. And I do smoke a little bit of tobacco every now and then. I need to smoke more because I really like it, but I only have like maybe twice a year.
Do you have addicts there?
Look, I don't want to call, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I felt a bit reluctant over there to say that person's an addict or not.
No.
But to be honest, I think yes. I mean, I know people who definitely are addicts for alcohol and marijuana and cigarettes, and they smoke a lot, and they smoke very frequently, and many of them think that what they're doing is normal and healthy, and this is fine. I don't think so.
Do you think maybe to them drinking or maybe makes things easier?
I think that, hey, look, if you've got a habit, then not being able to satisfy it is definitely not easy, and it's distressing. And in that sense, yes, you would have a smoke and you'd have a drink, would make it easier in that moment.
Do you have any habits of your own, if I may ask?
Yes, I probably do.
We're not talking chocolate. That's not chocolate. Do you have other habits?
I think I spend too much time on the internet.
That's a good one.
Which is real. And I suppose, and it is a bad habit because it affects my life negatively.
In which way?
I spend too much time sometimes.
So you addicted to internet?
Yeah, a little too much scrolling.
Too much.
And what's bad is probably not as bad as many other people, and many folk I know also do it. And I kind of forget that a lot don't.
No.
And I think to myself, oh no, this is normal, this is good. Lots of people are scrolling on the internet, I see. And just because other people are doing it doesn't mean it's healthy. It doesn't mean it's good. And because we're all doing it so easily, and we're all doing it together because of social media and so on, you forget that there are a whole bunch of other people who are not doing it and you know, doing a lot more healthy activities and getting on with stuff.
Okay, so when the internet is like your addiction, and has it been long?
Has it been long? Yeah, it's been going on for a few years, and sometimes I'm a little more or less addicted to it.
Yeah, but do you think you're gonna be able to stop?
Could I stop? Sometimes I do stop, but not for a long time.
2-3 days.
No, for a few hours or a few days.
You stop for a few hours or few days?
But deliberately. I'll say, you know what, I'm going to put this down.
Nah.
I'm going to have like a little sabbatical from the internet, and I'll do so. Or for a few days, there'll be load shedding, and the Wi-Fi will be down, and I just don't do it. But I don't think I've deliberately said to myself, this is a real problem, and I need to stop.
Is it not affecting your life negatively?
It is. But I think that there's a matter of degree. It's how badly is it affecting my life. And it might be affecting my life worse than I'd like to admit. It's quite possible.
Okay.
On the other hand, it could be affecting my life negatively, but the positive aspects of it mean that it's still worth it, like the enjoyment I get from it and the interaction.
And the knowledge.
Yeah, no, you're not going to get knowledge from Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, so that's where you are. Are you not like into research and other things?
And Reddit.
Because if you in the internet, I go now on the internet for research, try and find things I'm looking for. So you just on the social media stuff,
Oh no, I do that as well.
but you
but
mostly on the social media
no,
stuff.
I would do that. I would do some research, or I'd learn something. But here, the question is, am I really learning? Am I lying to myself? If I'm looking at a really good, like a YouTube documentary,
Yeah.
or a YouTube teach yourself Schopenhauer, or something like that, the question is, am I enjoying the video and
Yeah.
telling myself that I'm learning, or am I just lying to myself? Come on, man. I mean, how many times are you doing research, but what you're really doing is just enjoying clicking from page to page and link to link on Wikipedia?
Wow. So we get addicted to drugs and alcohol. You lucky, dude. You get addicted to internet.
Look, but people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol also think that way. They're like, yeah, I guess I'm a little addicted, but is it a problem? Is it worth it? It's worth it. I'm enjoying myself, man. I feel good when
Yeah. I also feel
this
good.
stuff relaxes me.
So actually, there's not much of a difference, right?
Well, there are differences. I think
Because
that
you don't, you no, I don't think there is much of a difference, because even on the internet you get bullies, you get people that just poke you or wanna talk to you in a bad way. As when you're drunk, you also encounter such problem. It's just that on the internet it's virtual and you're not with that person in person. So
yes. Look, I do think that substance abuse is more dangerous than that.
Yeah, honestly.
I think the process of like addiction and attention and the fact that it affects your life and it's hard to stop it, that's the same. But
Yeah.
I think that the content of it, the thing that you're doing,
yeah.
is probably and can be a bit worse with substance abuse. I mean, to
Yeah.
your health and the way you affect people around you, and so on.
Have you ever been hurt on the internet so much or on social media so much that you like, I'm not gonna do this anymore? If I may ask.
Oh, you mean like,
Like-
have I been trolled
Trolled,
so
oh, yeah.
expertly?
Like, I hate Facebook now. I hate Twitter now. Have you ever been to that point?
No, I haven't.
But were you like,
I
I
hate
don't want to
myself.
touch them anymore?
No, not really. I mean, I think maybe there's times when I've hated myself.
for doing something.
I'm like, why am I engaging with these people?
Why am I in this group?
Ah.
Still your fault though, you there. Okay, Mr. Reese, thank you so much, man. Before we go, let me quickly ask you, what's your advice for the people out there that are into addiction, substance abuse? What's your advice?
My advice is that good advice rarely changes anyone's behavior. You got to learn slowly and then quickly through experience. Sometimes someone will sit you down and give you and say, listen, man, there's a problem over here with you. Most people, it takes a few times before anything sinks in. And you come to the realization by yourself, often with disaster, but not always. And I think what advice does is it might plant a seed, but turning it into some kind of action or response, I don't think advice is ever good enough for that.
Okay, quickly, your project, what are you working on now?
So right now I am hoping to get back on stage.
Okay, soon.
To perform soon.
Yeah.
As stages start opening up again.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And the other thing is I've got my first child on the way.
Yay! Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
And that's due in about a month's time.
Yeah.
And I do believe that that is going to disrupt my life in a way.
It's a project on its own.
Exactly. And that making any plans right now
Yeah.
and expecting to be able to keep them and pursue them
Yeah.
while that is about to happen,
Yeah.
I think that would be foolish.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reese. Thank you so much for coming, man. This has been such a great show. Thank you for your insight. You were watching Man2Man. We were chilling with Mr. Mark Ryan Reese here on Man2Man today. It's been a lovely show. Thank you again. We'll see you next week. Bye.